Hey, hello everyone. My name is Murli. I am here to talk about what is Java full stack and what are the skills which are going to cover in Java full stack. Next 10-15 minutes, I would like to give you a complete technical skills which is really required for anyone to become a Java full stack. Different people have a different conceptions, and different people have different confusions what kind of skills that we would like to learn to become a Java full stack. And also some people have a different kind of perception, like in order to do a Java full stack, some of the people are thinking that they should be coming from CS background. Some people they are thinking that they should always do computer science degree, which is not really required. Anyone can do Java full stack, but you have to understand all the concepts step by step. Let me explain about what are the skills which are going to cover. Guys, let me explain what are the skills which are going to cover in Java full stack, which is one of the dominating career in IT. So let me talk about what are the skills which are going to cover in this Java full stack. Now, first of all, you have to understand what is full stack is all about. Full stack means a developers can write a program for presentation part of an application. Developer can also write a program for writing a business logic inside a backend. Developers should also understand how to store an information inside a database. If the people have a knowledge on all these three areas, he will be called as full stack engineer. Along with these three layers, users should also have a basic knowledge of cloud computing and DevOps, which is not really important to become an expert in cloud computing and DevOps, but if you have a basic knowledge, I'm sure which is going to add a value to your profile as well. Now, first, let me draw a diagram. If you all can see that, I'm just writing a diagram for presentation layer. Guys, listen. Assume that this is a system UI, user interface, wherein you also know that for every application there is a header, for every application there will be a footer, for every application there is a different content area. No matter the people are placing any items inside a web page, even if user would like to perform an actions, if he is clicking an add to cart, listen carefully here. Business users, these guys, they don't care about what are the technologies that users developers have used. These guys always they start searching something inside an application. They start searching by using either their mobile, or they can use their laptops, tablets, and even smart TVs as well. No matter whatever the device that users are using, they will start searching something through presentation part of an application. Guys, this layer is known as UI, which can also UX. UI and UX. This is plays a very critical role in the Java full stack era. Guys, here to to build this particular presentation layer, what are the technologies which are mandatory? Let me explain. HTML is mandatory. HTML is for structuring the web page, comma. CSS is for styling. These two guys are not from a programming, not scripting background. Any person who don't have any skills, they can easily understand HTML and CSS. Next, and JavaScript. JavaScript is a king, which we can also call in short form JS. JS plays a very important role in order to enable interaction between a user and an application. This plays a very, very critical role. If there is no interactions, application of no use. That's why interactions plays a very, very critical role. JavaScript enable developers to provide an interaction between a website visitor to an application. Not only for that, JavaScript has a bunch of other features. I'm sure you all will be able to understand the importance of JavaScript once we dive into Java full stack. Now this is all client. Nowadays the trend is Java also has a lot of frameworks and it also has libraries. Out of all the frameworks, everyone must aware at least ReactJS or Angular. Even if you are good, learn both. Okay. And Vue.js, some companies are also looking forward to work with the Vue.js candidates as well. Similarly, we must also understand Bootstrap. This also plays a very critical role in the responsive web design. And nowadays, Tailwind CSS is also important, of course. And even some companies are looking forward to work with the candidates who know CSS preprocessors like less and sass. And don't ever try to think, I'm talking about too many concepts. No, it is not at all. Even HTML and CSS JavaScript is a backbone for front end. Even that plays a very critical role in Java full stack. If you learn these three, learning others is dead easy. Next, guys, listen. Now, what is this all about? Data. This is also data. This is also data. And to place a data, first data is required. For that reason, every backend developer must know how to store a data in a database. This is a backbone for a Java full stack engineer. However, today I'm delivering the content to you. How did I deliver? Since I learned, I have 17 years of experience. Out of all these years, I started building an applications by using front-end, back-end databases. That's where I stored all the experiential knowledge in my brain. Now I'm just delivering that content. If I don't have a knowledge, if I'm not storing, retrieval would become a very tough job. Similarly, for every application, we have to place data inside a front end. Guys, listen carefully. No matter whatever the format of data which is stored, either in the format of rows and columns, that is called tables, or in the format of key and value, that is known as schema. No matter whatever the database it is, users don't care about what database that we are using. Now, to enable a connection between the client and server, that is where this king is coming into the picture. Java is coming into the picture in order to establish a connection between a client and server. Guys, listen carefully. You can ask a question, sir. Why can't we directly connect this client and server? You can also ask a question. But the problems I'll tell you, guys, if you open any application in your browser, there is an option for you to right click and view page source. If you do that, all the front end code can be visible to anyone. Now assume if you are writing a database connections inside a UI, then where is the security of your code? Your database details are revealed. If someone knows your database credentials, if they hijack your database, the entire application is on toss. That's the reason, as an architect, the computer architecture is built in such a way that the system architecture is built in such a way that these two systems must not connect each other. Hope you understand. That's the reason connecting these two systems directly from client to database, this is prohibited, which is not really encourageable. That's where the middleman Java layer comes into the picture. Guys, in this, we have to create an intermediate layer, which can also be called as interaction layer. The request from client to server, it should go, then server to database, again database to the server, finally data has to display in a client. This is how the architecture has to be implemented. So the request which user is placing with the help of a UI layer, this is known as push request. We can push the request from client to server. Server can push the request from server to the database. Again, we can pull the data, and finally we can pull the data into client. This is where Java full stack engineers has to put their efforts to write this particular layer. Either they must understand Java, that is core Java. We should also understand ADV, Advanced Java. We must also have a knowledge on frameworks. Guys, when it comes to the frameworks of Java, there are too many frameworks are there. JSP, JDBC, Spring, Spring Boot, Spring Core, Spring MVC, and Spring Security, and microservices, and many more. You have to understand all this, and don't think that this is all difficult jobs. No, it is very easy for you to understand if you follow us step by step, step by step. And also data storage. Even in order to store a data into a database, either you can experience NoSQL databases, or you can also experience SQL related databases. I hope you guys have already heard about Oracle and MongoDB, MySQL, PostgreSQL. Different kind of people, different projects, different databases are suited. That's where no worries about all the databases. It is important for you to understand what the skill set which is really mandatory for you to become a Java full stack. Now this is technical. When it comes to the other interpersonal skills for a Java full stack guy, guys, I am writing in shortcut JFS, which is known as Java full stack. Apart from the technical skills, what I discussed in the previous slide, if you have a solid knowledge on DevOps, basics of DevOps, which is also very important for you to understand, and if you know cloud computing, this is also fine. And don't try to understand complete knowledge about all this cloud computing, and hope if you know the basic concept of what is cloud computing and what is DevOps and what is CI/CD, Git, GitHub, GitLab, and even debugging, problem solving. Anyway, non-technical skills like communication skills, presentation skills, problem solving skills, this is all comes under non-technical. And whatever I discussed so far, these skills are comes under technical skills. To become a successful Java full stack developer, 6 months duration is sufficient enough. Our team is going to give bunch of tasks, bunch of projects, and bunch of interview preparation questions, and bunch of mock interviews we can conduct. So if you follow us, it is easier for you to become a Java full stack. Thank you so much for watching this session. Have a great day. Thank you.